Tonight, the Duval County Schools tax referendum is heading to the November ballot. This after City Council gave it the green light following a contentious series of votes in committee that nearly stalled the measure. Channing Curtis joins us now with a look at what this means for teachers, families, and the district.
After weeks of back and forth at City Hall, Duval County voters now get the chance to decide the future of a tax that generates $120 million every year for Duval County Public Schools. But the question that voters have to answer is whether or not that money is worth it.
Before the mill, I noticed that by December, 5 to 6 teachers will be gone because they could not take the low pay, the lack of respect. And then by March, another 2 to 3 would be gone. But now after the mill, our schools are doing much better with staffing.
Monique Sampson has been a teacher for 6 years in DCPS. Her daughter also attends school in the district.
She'll be 4 years old in July. She was just diagnosed with autism, and we knew about all these early intervention services through Duval County Public Schools, and those services have been so helpful to our family.
She says if the voters decide not to extend the 1 mil property tax, not only will students like her daughter suffer, but the entire district will feel the impacts.
If people vote to not extend the mill, we are going to see a mass exodus of teachers. We're going to see staffing issues like we saw before the mill. We're going to see schools that are underfunded, and we're going to see a lot of students and parents, honestly, exiting the Duval County public school system because of the lack of resources, the lack of staffing, and the lack of funding.
The current millage rate has been in place since 2022. The rate charges property owners $1 per $1,000 of assessed home value. So a home with the tax assessed value of about $400,000 would end up paying around $400 annually in this tax.
A lot of teachers depend on this. A lot of educators, a lot of paraprofessional staff, they depend on this bonus because ultimately we are ranked one of the lowest paying for educators in the state of Florida.
City Councilman Raul Arias recently held a community meeting on extending the tax. He says he had a lot of questions about how the money generated is being spent, but ultimately says it's important that voters are the ones who get the final say.
Let's give the people of Jacksonville their voices to be heard. Let them decide on what they decide on the future of this extension, whether it passes or not.
The measure will now be on the November ballot, and if passed, it will be extended for another 4 years. Reporting in Jacksonville, Channing Curtis, First Coast News, on your side.